Drag 101 with Katya, a theoretical exploration of the art and science of drag. Episode 16, Tuesday morning lecture. Fashion. Looking good, but not good looking.
Good morning, or good night, depending on where you are, who you are, and what you want to do in life. I'm Katya, and this is Drag 101. Today we're going to be talking about style, fashion, clothing for the modern drag queen. Stage wear, streetwear, fashion, colors, jewelry, reds and greens, sequins and fur, fake fur, real fur. How can I turn a childhood tragedy into a daring fashion statement? Now, I'm probably not the best person to talk about this because I only own 3 outfits and I wear them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that doesn't change for at least 2 years. I rotate every couple of years just to keep people from throwing things at me, but it's kind of my thing. We all hear about color stories. Well, a color story is a story told through colors. It would be like Sleeping Beauty, except it would be, instead of a princess, it would just be, you know, the color tan. And then she's woken up by the color blue. And together, everything turns gray. Pretty boring. Color stories, flavor profiles, mixed messages, double entendres. This is all part of the bigger world of fashion, which doesn't have much to do with drag. The thing about drag is, you don't need to pay attention to if things coordinate or match. The normal aesthetic rules that govern style and fashion can be cherry-picked for drag. Drag is expensive. Drag is extremely expensive. And it all depends on what level of polish do you aspire to? What are you actually capable of? Let's be real, let's get truthful. In every area of drag, we have to take our fingernails, dig a little bit, and pluck out the truth. Can I wear a nice gown and not get spaghetti sauce all over it? At any given moment during the day, regardless of what's going on with my allergy medication, how trustworthy are my motor skills? How did Madonna get to be so popular? By having a lot of sex. That doesn't figure into style so much as clothing does, which is what we're talking about. So the bra size is tricky because, you know, if you've ever been to Victoria's Secret, your mind will be blown when they actually measure you correctly. What they do is they take a measuring tape and you take the measurement from right underneath the bra. So mine would be 20, right? And then I go from right underneath the left breast all the way up to the clavicle, and that's 30. And then you go from the neck and then to the shoulder, and you add those, so that's 12. So 12 plus 30 minus 10 equals 50. So I'm a 36D. There's some kind of calculation between the last 2 steps, but I forget what it is. I know I'm a 36D. But that can change because our breasts are, you know, movable, malleable. Menstruation is nature's way of telling us that we can do better. In Germany, Santa Claus is real. Now, I like a spandex catsuit because it flatters my figure because I have a beautiful shape, but my actual skin is disgusting. You can cover up eczema, psoriasis, boils, blisters, acne, ingrown hairs, patchy skin, rickets, crickets, dust mites, dust bowl fantasies, everything. It's just all festering under a gorgeous facade of poly-lycra spandex. That balls right up into a suitcase and doesn't wrinkle, because guess what? I have a steamer, but I don't know how to use it. If you have the ambition to learn to sew, it is worth it. Sewing will not only save you a ton of money, but it will make sure that nobody's wearing the same thing as you. Sewing is difficult, but for drag, it's just broad strokes. You don't need to be an expert seamstress, a tailor, all that. You don't need to, will the fabrics stay together while I'm on stage? That's all you need to worry about. You don't need to trim your edges, hem the garment, cut the thread off. You just, you know, you can even get around with glue. And when all else fails, you can just tie the pieces together. So you get a bunch of fabric, you get a sewing machine for $79 at Sears, you go home, you lock yourself in a room for 4.5 hours, you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. The human brain, when pressed to its limit, is, you know, actually less resourceful than you would think. So go on the internet and, the World Wide Web is a great resource for learning how to sew, and also for other stuff, like going to my website and ordering a nice mug. Okay, now I know what you're saying. I have no money, and I'm not thin, and I'm not particularly good looking, but I have maybe $60, and I need a few outfits for this show that I wiggled myself into. Think really outside the box. Don't think about clothes. Don't go anywhere that has clothes. Go to Home Depot and don't let yourself leave before you have something you can make into an outfit. Aluminum sheeting, plastic wrap, and a couple of door hinges could be Queen of the Nile. If you live in an area with a lot of driftwood, that can be a fun headpiece. Western cowgirl fantasy. I had my best ideas when I didn't have any money, and most of them were about being rich. When you don't have the means to buy a show-stopping outfit, you need to think distraction. Take a good hard look at your skill set. Can I dance? Can I juggle? Can I fall from the ceiling? Do you have access to a lot of things that jangle and make sounds? Sounds are very distracting. There's 3 kinds of jewelry: gold, silver, and all the other kinds. You generally want to choose something that has a nice color, a color that appeals to you, a color that says, that's nice. I love blue, but then again, I also love orange. It's color's cool because there's a lot of them. All right, that's all we have time for today. Join me next week for our special guests, the entire cast of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 1 through 7, performing live a musical about how cancerous moles saved my marriage.
Drag 101 with Katya every Tuesday and Thursday on YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, honey.
Gout. Gangrenous toothy sailors. Pirates.